Yeah.
Come here
What am I
to
doing?
teach. Mostly who has
What are you doing? Play the video. We're live. Go.
a crew with a whole bunch of dudes and a couple really cool chicks. Come here to learn, come here to teach. Mostly we come to bullshit. Caribou Heart, we all play our part in this cannabis game. Caribou Heart, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain. Rolling up weed into a bunch of dudes and a couple dang dab hits. Laughing along, getting real stoned. Don't forget, dear Uncle Rick. Caribou Heart, we all play our part in this cannabis game. Caribou Heart, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain.
Oh, look at that.
Start to the day, but
Caribou said, fuck it, I'm out of here. You guys can't figure out how to
These
start
guys
the
are
show.
fucked.
I'm done. Yeah, fucking go do this shit by myself somewhere else.
that was painful. I was only here for 10 seconds.
10 seconds
morning,
and you guys ruined it. How are we all doing this morning? So, been a good day, man. Me and you were chopping it up earlier, talking about harvest and stuff. Seems like you're out there getting some done because a little rain hit, huh? So you're doing a little bit of fucking fuck harvesting?
Mm-hmm. We had to fuck the Hawaiians indoors yesterday. All three of them came down. They filled the room upon arrival, each plant, and then I de-leafed and condensed, and I got all three Hawaiians down to these couple rows right here. So there's one row, second row, and a third row. And they're all the bud structure is kind of loose, but man, funkalicious. Bringing me back to being a kid, and where do I hide this shit? Because everyone's gonna know.
Nah.
So I'm fucking stoked. The one was kind of silent on the nose, but way better bud on it. But the other two were a little looser, but just reek, just stinking. So I'm fucking super excited about that, man, because I've been growing like tight nug kind of stuff, the cookie sort of stuff the last little while, trying to get just some nice big fatty nugs. They're boring, taste bland, and just make me sleepy. Commercial shit. You give me this stuff, man, and it intrigues me and it ignites the little fire. Gets me thinking. Like, I don't care if I have a, maybe a little bit less bag appeal, but joint appeal. I'd
Right.
I'm really mad. I don't consume it in the bag. So
Nope. That's it, man. When everyone talks about bag appeal, it's nice and stuff, but like I said, the smoke report at the end is all that matters.
it'd be like a V6 Mustang, Looks good, kind of.
Well, it looks good while it's slowly going down the road.
Yeah, but at the end,
I mean, except you said Mustang.
Car. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Bag appeal ain't got fuck all to do with it.
Yeah,
it's that hot chick that you always wanted to get with back in high school, and then found out that wasn't all that great once you actually got there, right?
Really? It's a familiar story.
Yeah. So, and it is. It's not. I've said before. I was actually talking with G-Bay about how things to do to kind of like tighten up the nug structure on some of those older plants like that. Specifically, like that Hawaiian. I've been playing with that plant for years. Got some tips and tricks to, sort of throw down on it a little bit, because when you let them go a little, natural, they get a little hairy on you. It's like I don't know, man. Well, they got that Euro vibe,
They want that airflow, right? They don't.
Mm-hmm. That's it. They're in for a long season. They know they're going to be in there, for that cold, moist season. So open them up. Let some airflow go through.
Weed Nerds got an early Christmas. G-Bay said he'd send him a couple things, and I took my fucking sweet ass time. So I finally got my box together yesterday, and I was in a good mood. So Weed Nerd, get the fire extinguisher out. Your mailbox is going to be on fire.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I shoved everything in that box I could get.
Sweet.
bunch of
Yeah,
my
I know we got all of our. I've got all the show packs out so far. Everybody who's won, all except one person. I keep trying to meet up with him, and Bro Brando, I apologize. One of these times, I'm either gonna get there or get it to you. I promise. Oh, speaking of, this is a good bowl. Today's giveaway. We're gonna do some cotton candy cookies.
I like cotton
There
candy.
you go.
All right. Fucking
I'd
R2,
be getting
3
two,
films.
Mary.
All right. Let's see. Got to get some more shit together for that. Hey, who do we want to give shit away from today?
Anyway,
I
See
like the
here.
options before you ask me questions like that.
Okay, let's see here. I got some Adams gear. I got some Thunder Dan's gear. I have, let's see here. I've got some Terps gear. We got some Irie gear. I've got some stuff Clay has given me. I've got some Caribou Heart gear. Let's see. We'll stick with that. Oh, wait, I got some shit from Hooli in here too. So, let's give away some fucking Hooli seeds. Go along with that. How about grape Hooli? All right.
I'm telling you that grape Hooli hits too. I've been I got it down to smokeability, and it's nice sweet flavor and a nice ferment flavor like on the tongue. It's got a nice full flavor in the smoke. It's fucking awesome. It's gonna be gone first probably around here.
There you
Look
go.
at that. That's nice cola off that BAM number 2.
Hell yeah.
I dragged it on the floor and got a couple tundra hairs on it, but
So
Well, Tundra liked that one, so it's fitting.
yeah.
Beans is
That,
the
that was
word.
her. Maybe this was just a low-lying branch, and she napped under that thing all summer long.
What's up, Caribou?
Beans is the word to get everybody entered into the giveaway. I've already got that shit going. I'm fucking not even into StreamYard on my computer yet, though. So it'll take me a hot minute for my computer to finish doing its thing before I can get into StreamYard myself on there and flash that up on the screen. But if everyone gets in there and types Beans up real quick, I can tell you if it's actually working or not. It says we've got one entry.
Perfect. All right, so I'll just go through the whole fucking thing here. We got today's giveaway. We have the cotton candy cookies, R2, refill. We have the Van Gogh sunflower mix. I just fucking knocked coffee all over the place from Mr. New Gardens. And then we have a pack of grape Hooli coming your way. So that'll be today's giveaway. Good luck to everybody. All right. So how was everybody's week, man? Fucking G-Bay's out there harvesting and shit. Things are going.
Moving in the garden out there. It's funny because I look out there and sometimes it's like, fuck, did I even take anything off that plant yet? But now it's actually starting to look like a whittled down garden. It actually looks like someone's been out there hacking. So
Nice. So you're basically you chopping down from the middle and then taking the lowers later. How are you doing your harvest for the outdoor for taking these plants down?
I go out there and I find where I've topped and I come out onto all my, say I have 10 main branches. So I'll go down probably as far as I can get, as you can see, I've got 7 or 8 branches here and another 10 or so here. So I'll come down 15 or 20 branches, chop that main, hang it up here, and then I'll take the cola. And after the cola is gone, you can see the stub left and then the branches coming off. You just keep taking a branch with the stub all the way up and hang them on the racks. And then once that's done, come in and de-leaf. And if it doesn't meet size standards, into the fresh frozen pile. That's it. The fresh frozen goes in the freezer within 12 hours or whatever, as soon as I can get it, really, into the freezer. And all the rest of it will go into the well, you guys see my little setup here. I got my tent set up over here with the humidification system going on. So I'm at 59.8 right now. yesterday I got lots of work done in here. You guys will appreciate this. Got my first round in the laundry basket, all bagged up and labeled in ounces. And I got everything else that's been now hanging for 8 or 10 days now at 60/60. So
Looks
it's
good, though.
Yeah, it's ready to be trimmed. It's down and all the leaves are nice and dry. We've still got some nice squish to it. You know, no crumbling. The stalks, I bet you. That's fucking dynamite. So I'll go through here and start trimming that once in a couple days. I'm gonna have to let that, I guess what we call a humidor, just sit and chill for a bit while I get my bedroom stuff situated and moved around my house. I have to paint a bedroom, get my parents moved in the house. That's happening tonight tonight. So after that, then I can start trimming that. I'll be down here doing factory fucking trimming for a while. But the system's going. Jeeves has got her on the flow, man. I got her going. It's doing the hanging, the de-leafing, the do. Now I've got the trickle in and the trickle out happening. So, we got
It's a hell of a time of year right now, man. When you start doing that, especially for the outdoor growers, fucking.
This is where you make it, break it, man.
Absolutely.
I didn't have the endurance. Like, you got to have that grit and that endurance. If you want to be a proper outdoor gardener, you either have to have a staff, or you got to be a badass motherfucker and get out there and fucking do it for days, man. And it sucks. I was standing in this room, fucking 9:30 a.m. I started yesterday, and I didn't stop till about 2 a.m.
Nice.
I threw my back out, fucking just a couple coffees.
That's the thing, though. We don't come free, right? Like, you want to guard. It's one thing to sit there and like throw it in your backyard. Like, we all watch your fucking amazing backyard, but that's the easy part,
right?
It's just like being an indoor gardener, right? You got a full-time job on top of your job that you go to every day to pay the bills as it is. If you want everything going, it's a struggle. It really can be a struggle. And especially like when I look at I intentionally do the staggered harvest to keep myself from dealing with anything even remotely close to what you got going on right now, because I'd look in there, ADHD would take over and I would just sit there and spin and do nothing for a bit. Yeah, it'd just be like, oh my God, where do I start? And then 2 hours later, I'll, okay, well, maybe this nug right here is where we start. But
Yep. Totally. It definitely gets that way. But I'm glad when I built my room and things, I got real lucky and I just kind of built it the same size as like my dry room without thinking of actual like, hey, I got to put plants in here and do all this shit fucking dry. When I built my flower room, I didn't really take in too much consideration my dry room, and that's where I definitely I can screw myself with the outdoors because you can get them big old a couple of big old plants can absolutely just fill up that fucking room quick. So I got lucky with that, but it's definitely something you got to think of is after you're done is where the fuck where do I put all this? Because this is like I said, this is the make it or break it part. If you screw up your dry, your hang, your cure, all the time, everything you spent to put in that plant, you just wasted.
Yeah, I'll come downstairs sometimes and I'll look at the tent and the numbers like 42% humidity. Like,
God damn.
The last time I looked, it was 60. That was only at midnight last night. We're safe. But if you yawn for a day or you forget or you gap out, you can fuck yourself, man. Like, if you let this tent drop to 30 and you don't come down here for a day or two, you now got fucking popcorn dry weed, man.
Yeah.
You put water back into it, but it's not the same.
You got some crispy fucking hay is what you got.
Yeah.
That's exactly it, man. You gotta fucking keep on it. You know, I know people think we're obsessive fucking weirdos, but it really does kind of change that quick. You know, it can drop on a dime on you when you're not paying attention.
Yep.
So yeah, you gotta fucking stay on it. Like Kirby said, it's like having another full-time job on top of what you're doing. You know, and I find it to be very much worth it. With you know, considering this is my medicine, and this gets me up and moving and a better person throughout every day. So, you know, I find all the work worth it, but it is fucking work.
I'll never have to worry about going to the store, none of that shit.
Yeah. Right.
All the edibles I ever need, anything I ever need is all right here.
Yeah. Yeah. The dispo for me gets to be more of like a library or research. You know, I can go in there and be like, hey, I never go to check out flour. It's pretty much cemented around me. You know, you can't find anything. It's all the same. It's dry. It's gross. It's fucking. I mean, it's not gross, but you know, it's dry mids. That's what it is. But they do make some decent fucking edibles. You know, that roll through this system. So we check a lot of that stuff. You know, I like those. And I'm not very good with making some of those things. So you know, it gives some pretty good ideas to roll through. And ooh, that's a nice fucking spear.
This is why you do outdoor, folks. I can't even get that motherfucker in the screen. That's a Subway footlong for you right there.
That's a foot long.
That's probably an 18-incher. That's a fucking good one.
Yeah, baby.
I'll take it. I will.
Morning, Shane.
Thank you, Mother Nature. Kudos to you again and your beautiful sunshine. Ooh.
So, yeah. So mine, I ended up. I think I ended up. Maybe with like 4 ounces off of that one outdoor deep candy. I found some rot way, way deep inside on some of the bigger tops. So I went through all of those and just kind of basically all the tops. Yeah, I pushed it too late, you know. But I'm really excited. I'm gonna, you know, I threw them all on the burn pile. So when it's time to light it up, neighbors will have a party.
Yeah, that's gonna be beautiful. My neighbors were having a leaf fire 2 days ago, and it was low wind. It was swirling. It was coming right through my fucking grow, rotten. I was like, I fucking ran right outside. I was about to fucking lose it, but because we're not supposed to be burning our yard waste. It's like a bylaw around here, but I'm not a fucking little bitch, so I wasn't gonna say anything to anyone except him. But it rained. As soon as I went outside, it started pouring, put their fucking fire out. I was like, shit. That would be worse because I'm pretty sure smoke, resin, weed, resin can link up together, right? It's like, it's not oil and water, it's oil and oil, basically. So you pour thick, shitty smoke all over cannabis plants for more than a few minutes, you might create an issue there.
Has a tendency to stick. Yep.
Of course you will. You ever been beside a campfire before? What do you smell like?
Exactly.
After you're done.
Fucking campfire.
I was like,
Absolutely.
I hope my weed don't smell like shitty fucking campfire, but it doesn't. We're all good. But,
Yeah, no, that's a one I've never even actually thought about before, but I guarantee, well, I can't guarantee because I've never tried it, but a permeable, something like a plant or something like that where you can weave smells and it'll hold on to it, man. Imagine having some like nice dank ass, like, or not dank, but like, let's go with some like fruity, some nice real fruity weed, maybe some like grape flavors or something like that, and it smells like, or it tastes like a smoked fish or something like that after the time you're done with it. Like, ugh.
Fucking smoked fish. Maybe that's what that fucking plant was. Maybe that's where that came from. I'm sure if you ask my wife, she'd probably tell you, man, every time I smell that shit, you know, everybody around where I live in the country, you know, everybody burns everything for fucking heat and, you know, so there's always, come fall time, you know, it just always smells like smoke around here outdoors. It's just the way it is. And I know I fucking wake up every morning. God damn it, motherfucking God! I wish they quit burning shit. But yeah, it makes me wonder if that's what kind of gave that smell to that plant last year, or that taste to that plant last year.
Could be. It's hard to say for sure, but it just the smell is like wood smoke or any kind of smoke is just such a strong odor that's like, and it clings.
Right.
I don't know what the deal is, but YouTube is only letting me delete comments, put users in timeout, or ban users and delete their comments. I was going to add a couple extra mods in there. I went through the channel yesterday and was like, fuck, man, there's people that are mods on this channel that I literally haven't seen in years at this point. So I got rid of a few of them. I was going to give a few more of those out, but YouTube ain't working. But what we can do is let y'all know that if you type in the word beans at the top of the hour, so in 39 minutes, we are going to do a draw. Get your shit entered in. Win yourself some beans.
Beans. I'll go through it, man. What we got for you with these beans? We've got some sunflower seeds. We've got some Van Gogh mix from Noob Garden. All of this giveaway is pretty much sponsored by Noob. So thank you very much. Awesome member of the community. Fucking super cool, dude. We've got the cotton candy cookies, R2, 3 FEMs. All right, there you go. FEMs right in the ground. And then we have from this local community here, we have the Grape Hoolie. So you will get 12 regs. That is Golden Goat by Planet of the Grapes. So excellent. You'll get all this. I get it shipped out to you. Type in the word beans. It's all yours.
Hell yeah. Bam, number 2 throwing down, man.
Thanks for helping make that point, Shane. We appreciate that there. Yeah, that's gross.
Yep. I fucking absolutely, man. When people smoke around their grow, I can absolutely. I've it's like, oh, you just get that, you know, it reminds you of like a bowling alley, you know, when you walk in. At least that's what I think of when you walk in a bowling alley right now, you know, or like an old pool hall, you know, where people did nothing but fucking smoke and drink and fucking gamble.
You know, it's funny. Back in when they used to actually let you smoke in bars and shit like that, I wasn't bothered by it at all. But now, if they still allowed that shit now, or to walk into a bar or something like that, or a restaurant, they were allowing the smoking in there, I think I would damn near start fucking gagging. Cigarette smoke is like one of those things where I'm just like, ew, like fucking ew. Like I just,
you know, it depends for me still. I don't mind pipes, don't mind cigars, and there are certain.
That's not cigarettes.
There's certain brands of cigarettes that aren't as offensive. Fuck a Marlboro, a Camel, any of those major brands now. To me, like, I just smell the chemicals in the air and all the fucking. But like some of those, like just pure leaf tobaccos and things, where it's not quite as bad. The more they just don't. They still have a nice fucking tobacco smell to them. You know, that smell, that rich. You know, it's got a beautiful smell to it. It really does. You know, that's where the pipe and like the cigar come from. But it's all crap they put in it, and you know, the shitty papers and chemicals that they put in. I make it shitty.
Like shit like your guys' Marlboros and Camels, which chemical cocktail, absolutely yes. Shit like that is closer to a cigar than a cigarette for us Canadians, anyways. Your guys' cigarettes taste like weird. Like they actually have a little bit of a flavor to them, whereas Canadian cigarettes are just like fucking blah. Like, and don't get me wrong, I smoked them for a lot of years, the better part of 20 years myself, before I kind of grew a brain and thought, what the fuck, you know? But
there's still something to, you know, if I'm somewhere where somebody fucking the first light of a cigarette, that first fucking puff in the air, it's still just a magical smell to me. Brings me all the way back to a kid, but the longer I'm there, the more it is, the thicker it gets. And like I said, the types, you know, it's fucking a cloud of Marlboro. I don't want to be anywhere near. Just like I said, it smells like a tailpipe to me. Like just fucking sucking on a tailpipe. They've lost the wonderful terpenes in the fucking cigarettes, in the taste. You know what I mean? And it's like they're not. Yeah, shit, what was that? Probably the mid 90s. Where they were actually like trying to go out and find different types of tobaccos and really like change the flavor profiles of their smokes and shit. That was pretty fun. But yeah, now there's just, you can definitely tell. Yep, right, Kingfisher.
Like these aren't even the tops. These are just all the side branches.
Bro, you gotta love when like a fucking side branch comes out and it just looks like one of your indoor plants.
Yeah. Just fucking bouquets. Family, oh, Black Betty, family, oh, Black Betty. Oh, the fox send help. You're gonna need a bigger boat. I need a dab frog though.
Oh, you're right, big word, man. Fucking, I remember one of my grandpas, like, nope, sorry, not my grandpa, my uncle. One of my uncles was an avid pipe smoker. Cherry pipe tobacco was always my favorite. Like, to the point I tried to buy like cherry pipe tobacco, roll it up in fucking, papers and just kind of try to go, not the same thing. Just nowhere near the same. But fucking yeah, just general pipe tobaccos is one of my favorite because they're so, God, they just got so much fucking smell to them. Just beautiful richness.
Go to like a good smoke shop, like a pipe and tobacco shop.
Fuck yeah, man. Oh, yeah, you walk in one of those and you realize why people do this shit because you just smell and you go, oh, like, what is that? That's good.
Yeah. That's one of those things. So like, since I quit smoking cigarettes, like cigars, pipes, all that shit, it went with it too. But I used to enjoy a decent cigar. I don't think I've ever had an actual good cigar, one of those big ass like fucking chongers that you see like Fidel Castro puffing on type shit. Nothing fancy like that, but a good cigar or something like that, would be kind of decent. But even as a little kid, I remember because they'd off a lot of the times these pipe and tobacco stores, at least in my area, they'd sell like cool knives or Zippos or other shit too, right? So the little fucking punk ass teenager in me would always be interested in the knives at these stores and freaking going in there. But I always really liked the smell of those. Actually,
yeah.
The humidor that I don't keep any tobacco or weed in, but keep cannabis seeds in, I got from one of those stores too. Because I had this great idea. Oh yeah, a humidor. Because I've been reading about people getting Canadors or whatever for curing out their weed. And I was like, sweet, I need that for my fucking weed. I definitely do. So I convinced the ex-wife that this is a good purchase to be making. And loaded up, I had like little canning jars with the lid off on them just so that they wouldn't like soak oils into the mahogany of the cigar box. Leave that shit in there for a couple weeks and you go to roll a joint and yeah, it's the humidity beads and stuff, they're doing their thing. You got this nice squishy weed and shit. It all tastes like a wood box when you go to smoke it. Don't keep your fucking weed in a wood box.
Right? It just makes it taste like a fucking humidor.
Yeah. I was thankfully I didn't have a shit ton in there by the time I noticed the change came about, but still it was a piss off.
I kind of laugh about this, putting no bugs like cigars out. They use nicotine as an actual like pesticide, not a repellent, an actual motherfucking kill them bitches type thing. I believe it's the one that has the nicotine in it is a systemic one, so it like gets in there. So when they chew on that shit, it. So yeah, I can imagine smoking while you're out fishing. A nice fat cigar probably has a whole lot of fucking trigger warnings for bugs. But, and I'll tell you what, man, I'm fucking stoked. I was telling G-Bay before you hopped in here earlier that fucking garden, and maybe part of it is you get a little nose blind to it in the house, right? But it's in a sealed room and shit. So when I don't really think about it, and I go come down here to see the ladies, and then when I open the door, that fucking smell just blasts you in the face. And so I know for one thing, I'm excited. I am at least going to have that floral funk. That thing that I like. It is in that room somewhere. When you open the door, it absolutely fucking jumps out and hits you in the face. So I'm excited to see which one of these is the one that's fucking. I don't might even just be one of them back there. I've definitely gave a little rubbage to a couple of them, and I get a little off of I think 3 of the plants right now. Get a whole lot of funk off of Yee's cut of BAM right now. That thing getting all thick and fun. We'll hop on the phone here in a second, but man, it's exciting times. We're at like day 38, is what I said when I looked this morning. So, we're like, we're right around halfway, probably right at halfway of this. So, and everything is looking fucking sweet. We definitely got frost. We've got, growers, we've got all kinds of fun shit happening in there. And I still haven't put a fucking trellis on, which means it ain't going to fucking happen. Just ain't going to fucking do it. So it'll be interesting getting this thing all fucking. Yeah. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but here we are. That's just all there is to it.
Here we go again.
But I'm excited. So, so how much more do you think you got out there in the fucking yard, G-Bay?
Oh, we got lots. This is everything is. I've taken everything. So every plant has had some of its material brought into the house. Garlic is the least harvested. It's half to 3/4 left. Wedding cake is about half, not a little less than half left. All the BAMs have a good row, probably a good string's worth left on them. The Hawaiians were decimated. I fucking went and wiped the Hawaiians out yesterday. So there's nothing really left on those. Yeah, I got another room full easy. Another fucking hang easy. But I'm going to really look at the fresh frozen options of all this coming down because I got the poundage of dry flour.
When it came to rot this year, how was things like bud rot treating you this year? We at least I can typically, if it's an unknown strain, things like that, I'm typically saying 1/3 of the plant almost every time. So it's just going bye-bye. If I didn't, so how are you looking this year?
5% maybe of the whole garden.
Damn. So really,
I have yet to really throw any out, but like a couple thumb pinches. I'd be going through, see one, pinch off a big chunk, throw in the garbage. But I'm talking less than an ounce, and I've got 5 to 6 pounds harvested.
Fucking A, man. That's good to hear.
The weather did it good for me, for bugs, for PM, for everything. The garden fucking threw down this year. I'm drowning in weed right now. Which is a good thing, but it's like, fuck yeah. Like, I love when it all, because usually I count for losses.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I got some loss from that storm this year, but it wasn't really a loss. I did end up bringing it in the house and harvesting and drying it and have it ready to rock and roll. Now, have I smoked enough of it to say that it's worth fucking keeping around? No, but worst case scenario, it'll be turned into a fucking medicinal product of some sort, a rub or a fucking tincture or whatever, right? Maybe even try to press it. It was just Banana Daddy and Grape Hoolie that took most of that damage, so they came down early, but they're still very impressive. So really didn't lose much this year.
Yeah, that's really actually fucking good to hear. When I do these outdoors, I still a lot of times because especially with the indoor grow gets all the attention. Outdoor plants they go out there anymore, and if they can't handle it, they just can't handle it, and then I chuck it. I don't rely on outdoor anymore. I really like the consistent quality of what I get here indoors. So, I hang on to that. I still love outdoor, right? Outdoors is a whole different smoke. It's a whole different feel. It's a different animal. And maybe at some point I'll get back to having or even just wanting to put the time into that outdoor, because it's a different, set of time, that you got to put into it, the way you do it. It's just, it's not in the cards for me right now. So I kind of grow some out there. I see if they can handle it, and if they can't, they go. I keep what I can, and the rest goes bye-bye. So
you nailed it when you said with the outdoor, like you got to to make it a time. It's fun all summer just to watch these things grow because they grow on their own if you give them the right environment, and it's just you don't got to do fuck all, and you get a gigantic cannabis plant, and then it starts to flower, and then that's where if you just sit idly through that whole process, you're getting fucked.
Yep.
If you get proactive and do your proper IPMs and do your proper de-leafing and all that stuff that you need to do to help the plant get to its max, you're going to end up with some good shit. And this year, luckily, I had I had some stuff going on in my life that it was me. No one was coming to save me, man. So I had to do my shit, man. So I sat out there for day. Well, I put all the boys fucking to work at boot camp, but that was a good little section of free de-leafing, but they weren't here long enough. They were only here for a few days.
Oh, bro, we should have started doing a little help to those plants, right when we got there for a couple of days. Man, we would have had that garden fucking done.
Yeah, here's a couple joints and some Fiskars. Oh, you're giving away Fiskars? Yeah, but you just got to test them out in the backyard here first.
Yeah, you got to test them out.
But I've been hard at work. I put hours in this year. I used it as an escape too because my mind was fucking reeling all over the place. So get out there in the garden, and I just needed something to give back to me a little bit, right? So you take care of your plants, they take care of you, man. It's one of those true things. Like plants don't have hidden agendas. So you can just give them water and nutrients, and they'll grow for you.
Yeah, but that's the thing, when people get lazy with it, the thing is the plants keep growing. Plants still do their thing, especially, indoors, right? That's when we start talking about you're fucking God to these things, you are Mother Nature. You got to do you got to get it done right. You know what I mean? And that's why you can't slack, right? Mother Nature don't slack, but she is an awful big bitch sometimes. So, when you bring these things indoors, you got to do the same thing, man. You ain't got time to slack. I seriously thought I almost lost a couple plants the other day because, I was having a fucking bad day and I didn't make it down to the veg tent to go, water. And I have two big plants that are, very much taking up almost everything inside that pot. So, they're like a daily water. And I know that. But did I go down and water them that day? I sure didn't. And when I opened the tent, I was really worried they were actually dead that time. And I don't think I've ever actually killed on purpose or on accident. I don't think I've ever actually fucking that way killed a cannabis plant, but I thought I did that time. And I fucking was it really kind of woke me up because it was, one of my girls that I've had a long, long time. It was two of my Hawaiians. I know they drink a lot. I know they do that. So I would have been fucking devastated, and it would have only been because of my laziness, right? And that's all you can fucking blame it on. So, if you're gonna decide to be fucking Mother Nature, then you got to put it. You got to put in the work, man. Because
isn't that how life works? You get in what you put in.
That's right. That's right.
It's all facets. This is my understanding how that works. You want a happy life, you gotta work for it. You want happy plants, you gotta work for it.
That's right.
You want a happy wife, good luck. Good luck. We're still trying to figure it out.
I'll get that.
I can't do that one right. I try. It's not for lack of trying. Lack of forethought. We can put lack of forethought in there probably.
Oh, definitely. But I don't put any forethought into anything. So you got to figure at some point I've got to have a workaround for that one.
Well, this is how this one works. It's all her fault. She knows we don't have forethought.
Well, see, all right, there's your first problem. All right, for anybody who knows anything, I'll tell you, first problem is you fucking just blame the woman. Already, you're done. That's where you fucked up.
Never their fault, aren't you?
Never their fucking fault. Are you kidding? You should know that that's absolutely your fault and that she is not going to compensate for your fucking lack of fuckery.
He's not having fucking any.
Well, I didn't do it, so it must have been her.
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, do we have a link for the fucking show? No, probably not. Oh, wait, I can just jump in now. Forgot I signed in. I'm going to be over fucking in there in a minute. Hey, don't you be saying those kind of words. This is a family show on Sunday morning, all right? Somebody might be listening to this. Dude, wouldn't that be cool if somebody like had their earpiece in now, right now, like listening to this shit at church? Just being like, oh, I'd rather be hanging out with them.
Actually, that would make me pretty happy. That's like,
bro, that would make me like probably the happiest. Someone told me they fucking listen to this shit during church.
Lord,
Oh,
yeah, let's talk about fibrous plants versus fucking, I guess that's how I'd put it. Basically, stringers or hangnails, whatever you want to call them. When you're plucking leaves and they don't come off and they want to take fucking half the plant with them and shit.
oh, bro, yeah, you take the fan leaf from the top, but you pull a strand all the way to the bottom.
Or vice versa, the way I'm doing this, I'd be like, pluck all there. Perfect example. So I plucked this fan leaf. It is now off the plant, but it is connected now by like hemp fiber. That little string. Now these buds are nice. Now that string is going to travel up that stalk. It's still going. So that is a pain in the arse when you're trimming. So you got to like, Blue Kiss gave me a little tip yesterday, and it sort of did help. It didn't relieve the fucking pain of it all, but it did help. So if you got plants that have the stringy leaves, right? So you get the leaf and just give it a couple twists first. I don't know. Well, that one didn't work. It kind of stuck to it too. But every once in a while, I was twisting it a couple times, giving it a yank, and it was relieving some of that stringiness. But
I think J5 gave us another great one for that too. Nice sharp fucking left thumbnail. Fucking
yes, yeah, no, that's
pop that bitch right off. Done and done. always a good one right there, man. I'm a big fan of that. At some point, I actually picked up some. They're like it's like a piece that goes on your finger that's actually made for the same thing. And it's handy, but it's real for me. It's real clunky. I've been using my fucking thumbnail for years.
Like a silicone thumb condom with a little metal tip on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got them right here. Hold on. And it really does. It does work well if you're getting into fucking D-leaf and shit like that. It is nice, man. This thing gets through it, but it is kind of big and clunky. That part right there, the tip of it just sticks up a little too high. But man, you can get some fucking work done. It really does work really well. I bust it out sometimes. All right.
I like it though. Doing this kind of work, as long as you're not in pain or whatever, it's like you can get some therapy out of it, right? I like just chilling sometimes and actually getting out of my thoughts, and sometimes doing this will get me there. So put on some music or some tunes, show or podcast, just get to it. This is a nice one. I like this one, Fluff, number 2. Good. The leaves aren't too stringy. They're popping off pretty good, but the buds are nice and round. But this plant stayed bright green the whole time. Everything else purpled out in the garden. Every other plant.
Fluff, you're muted on both.
I wasn't saying anything, but that's funny. Yeah, dude. I like the one that stays green.
let's see, was it dark green? That's what I have. These darker green ones. These are the ones that are kind of, they obviously lean a little more towards the Black Forest cross. Right here. I actually think this is the one that's probably just like the number 2. But you know, trained and grown indoors, probably going to do a little different than what you got going on out there. But you know, this is day 38. They look fucking fantastic. This one is really just stacking, just buds fucking everywhere. So very excited to see what this, and this one's got some wild ass funk to it. So excited. We've got, this is one that was kind of, it leans very much like towards the sideways Betty, growth shape wise, stuff like that. Nug structure really reminds me of her. This one's actually starting to purple out already. I can see it on the leaf tips right here. I don't know. You can see it. But yeah, it's starting to get a little purple there in the leaf tips. So she's going to be a pretty one. But yeah, these ones that lean towards the Black Forest, you know, they're nice, chunky. They're going to have a nice yield to them. Getting a good little frost coming in on them already. Let's see if this is the other one that's kind of Betty leaning. See, I think you can see the purple kind of coming in there. So day 38. Everybody's, so we got, this is Bambi over here, and he really does have a hell of an eye for finding these beautiful ladies. This thing is stacking, frosting, chunky. Definitely leans towards that east side that I can see. Got the E-cut down here, actually fucking chunking up well. I got one vegging out real nice in there. So when we give her next run, I'm super stoked because it's definitely already got some funk to it. And it is, he wants to chunk. So once I get up there, I know I can get some fucking real nice ones on it. And when you touch it, it reeks. Yeah, man. So all the bands are coming along. I'm very excited to get through this run and but yeah, T-Bay, that was that number 2. Did it stay kind of a dark green? Or
No, it's nice and light the whole way through.
okay, so it
Just,
stayed a lighter green.
Straight, bright green. The whole plant, man, there's no color to it anywhere, and the whole rest of the garden is literally almost black now. It's just weird, but whatever. It must be a presence or lack of something different.
Soil in here is fucking great. Love the mulch layer in here. There's all the old leaves, detritus, cleaning up from the old plants, stem stalks and leaves. Life everywhere. So, yep, it's time to get some clones from the veg tent, though. We're gonna have the Black Forest. Got to get the Hawaiian clone. I've got all of these in clone form right now. So, pardon me. The winner of this round will definitely be sticking around. So as of now, I don't have one. I don't have one in my head that I'm keeping for certain. I know clays is a known factor. To me, it's a very wonderful fucking smoke. Real light, fucking get high. Really keeps you. But yeah, so I know other cuts have some work to do. I mean, looking at that compared to everybody else, we've got a couple that are definitely keeping up. So this one back here, I'm curious about. It's definitely got an interesting mix. Get back here. She's kind of flopping all over the fucking place right now. Definitely has a very interesting mix of the two. So bud structure very much does remind me of both of them. Coloring reminds me of the Black Forest. The way it's kind of growing reminding me a little bit more of the Betty. And it's just got a very undescribable smell to her. So she's got a good level of fucking appeal. So it's looking good. I'm not mad about a single fucking plant in this garden. So it'd just be I'm very curious to see what one will be the keeper. I can go get back to my computer.
Looking good in there, dude. Looking very good. Work. So I had a pretty major fucking brain fart like last week at some point in time. I was looking at the investment dogs and the Lilith that I have in that tent. And I'm thinking, these fucking look like they're probably about 3.5 weeks done, which is what they should be if I go on by my mind. And I look at the calendar, and the calendar's telling me they're closer to fucking 5 weeks done. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, these don't look like 5 weeks. My memory doesn't say 5 weeks. Like, everything says in that 3 to 4 week range. And I'm like, fuck, did I just get caught that off guard, not paying attention? Put the wrong date on the calendar. That's the, fucking most simple solution. That one, most likely. And then yesterday, I'm looking at the calendar again, and no, all that shit turns 4 weeks into bloom today. And I'm like, so what the fuck did I do that, like I read the calendar correctly and marked it correctly 4 weeks ago today, apparently. But sometime I must have been high. I'm sure there was a lot of weed smoking that had something to do with it. But somehow I managed to throw an extra week and a half or so into a calendar month where, every day and week is perfectly laid out for you. Tick, 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 tick. I was like completely like, I was worried about my garden skills there for a bit, because that week 3 to 5 is a huge jump in growth for your stuff in flower. Like that's one of the hugest jumps in growth right there. And it's like, I just skipped right through it to all of a sudden it's midweek 5 and you look like you're in week 3. And I was just like, oh my God, maybe I've been shocked. And meanwhile, all the plants are just like praying super fucking hard, right? Like everything's just happier and shit. And I'm just like, which confuses me even more when I was like, how the fuck are these 5.5 weeks old? They like, and just, I'm an idiot. That's what I'm getting at. It's a long-winded and long, windy road to say I'm an idiot, and I probably should smoke more weed before I look at calendars.
Hey man, that's why everything in my head is done to the day. It's set on my fucking little program that I use, and I just click the button, I look at it, and I go, okay, here we are.
See, That's my problem. I sincerely do want to get into using something like that, but I'm not a technology person when it comes to taking notes. I'm shorthand, point form, boom, 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 boom for the most part. Now, if I want to get into the fucking the labor movement, job steward type stuff again, yeah, I can do some pretty hefty notes. But I don't know. For some reason,
What about voice notes?
a what?
A voice thing.
Oh.
Can be like October 25th.
I
That's a good idea.
I do like that, but I couldn't actually see myself going back and listening to that stuff over and over again.
Just in case you run into an issue like you did with the what date did I fucking, you might have a record, but I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm bad for that shit, for writing stuff down. I like to grow by feel and look. Like I do like to know the weeks and stuff, but it's like I'll just grow the plan until it's done, because I fuck the dates up all the time. I've had a calendar down here before, and then I forgot to write shit down, and then it becomes you got to wait till the next round kind of to start again. And
I'm very much the same way. And until I started making seeds and wanting to give shit out to people, and people, asking me very specific questions about very specific things, it's just why I've had to start requiring, doing the notes and whatnot. Because if not, I'm not going to really remember how to answer these questions for, those time frames. So doing the breeding thing, getting the seeds out to people has actually been what has, increased the amount of notes that I have taken on a lot of these things. Because I definitely wasn't, especially way back in the day, here in Illinois, you wasn't going to catch me with any kind of notes, extra shit, anything like that. So there was no writing things down, things like that. That was just called a longer sentence. You know what I mean? So getting into it now and forcing myself to do it so that I can answer these questions, it actually has been a pretty big help. Really hard on me though, because like I said, I'm not a note guy. Yeah, it is hard. And you saying the voice thing, I might have to talk to my kid in an app because I love the idea of a voice journal, but fuck, that might take up a lot of space.
yeah.
So I'll have to look into some of that.
See, I feel like a voice journal would be good for not regular use. Like if you're one of those people that's taking notes, like I'm just applying this to my situation and my situation only. Like, so if I were to be able to get right consistent with daily notes and stuff like that, and I want to go back and see what I did say 3 weeks ago, then you got to sift through 3 weeks, right? And I'm sure you would date them, right? So you'd at least know, but maybe you're not sure what date exactly it is. So you got narrowed down to like 4 notes in a row, right? And you got to go through and listen to them, whereas I could just kind of just.
Well, really the biggest reason I fucking did Instagram and things like that, it got me into taking pictures, which I wouldn't have done before. And it was Cannabuzz that did it. It got me into taking pictures, posting them, and then that was my journal to go back into. That kind of posting those pictures, having to talk about it, forced me to take more pictures and have those notes kind of in there. And so that was my grow journal for a little bit, and forced me to start actually making a grow journal, an unintentional journal, but a journal nonetheless, right? And that's really still the only reason I do anything like the Instagrams and things like that, is just to keep fucking me notes. I'm taking these pictures, and even if I never fucking post them, at least that's a date that I can go back to, see when that picture happened, and that will spring a lot of those memories and those things in the head to go back to. So
Stuff smells medicinal.
smells medicinal. I like that.
I like it because when you are around a lot of this stuff and playing with it all the time, you get way past like the sense of it where the people normally get to. Like you have trichomes all over your hands, fucking all they're all over my floor, sticky everywhere I go, fucking it's on me, in me. So you get the really like the little subtle nuances between the strains when you're, you know, elbow deep in it for days. It's kind of neat because like some of them you get the first Hawaiian, like I want to say like shoe polish or something. It was like bam, like fucking in your nose, like ugh. But then one of those looks where you're like, fuck, I can't wait to smoke that. You know.
All right, boys. Hey, we're at the top of the hour, so let's do this here real quick. Let's give you want to give him fucking 4 more minutes?
Nope.
Nope. You said fuck
yeah,
that shit. We out. All right.
Hubie! All right. Good man. Congratulations, brother.
Always winning shit.
Hell yeah, Hoobs.
See, if we would have given him 4 more minutes, Hubie might not have won. So, see.
Garden Club gang, gang.
I was just kind of like gunning for it. As soon as I heard you, kind of like, well, I knew exactly what you were going for too. So I was like, bring that screen up, motherfucker.
Watch it fuck around, and we're gonna do 2 today.
Humans here.
You want to do 2 today? We can do 2 today. I'll give out some more of my beans too. That's up to you. I mean, it's not like it's hard. Type in a new name.
Oh, I probably would have just kept the same name in there.
Did
I shut that screen down already? You motherfucker. I was like, well, Hubie won. No reason to keep that screen open.
Yeah, let's fucking go through here again. So, more sunflowers. And, you know what? Let's go fucking pick something here. Let's keep it cookies fucking related, huh? Let's try this. All right. Skunk Hero by Saint OG Cookies. Do that. And we will do let's give away some BAM. So I'll give away 10-pack of the fucking BAM to go along with it. So you'll get the Skunk Hero, the Saint OG Cookie Cross, the Van Gogh Sunflower Seeds, and a 10-pack of the BAM.
This is what BAM did for me, folks.
Sorry, like as soon as you fucking like, I'm clicking his, and then I take him out of the screen as I'm trying to big screen him. Fuck, what a dick I am. Sorry, dude. Okay, let's see it. Victim of bad timing.
That's a BAM bud there, down to about 8.5, 9 weeks outdoors.
Yeah. That whole room I just walked through, that's fucking, that is BAM. So everything that you see in mine.
Big ladies.
All right. Get your shit entered in, everyone.
Shit in.
Fucking Thunder Dan fat thumbing some people. He's fucking said, no, Jason, you ain't gonna fucking do this shit. What's up with that, Dan? Why you fucking, maybe we need to take Dan's power away over there, fucking profiting and banning people. Yeah. But man, I don't know how to undo that. Anyway, so when do we want to give that away? Another minute or another 5?
Well, you know what? Let's go quarter after. So like another 11. That seems like a.
All right. So type in booth, man. You get those.
Get your shit dialed in, y'all.
I can definitely stand behind that fucking BAM. It's killing it back here for me. G-Bay's doing a great job in the great fucking white north. So love it.
My fucking toes are cold, and I don't have I got socks. They're just upstairs where the sleeping dragon lay, and I don't feel my life to fucking go wake her up to warm my feet, and it sucks because it's like the rest of my feet are fine, but the toes are just like burr, motherfucker. And this is probably where I'm probably gonna kick something and stub my fucking toes now because they're so cold, right? Like, isn't that how that usually works?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's right. I woke up this morning and I was like, man, I need to fucking get a hoodie or something. And there you go. It's like we're in hoodie weather, which I'm totally down for. I love beanies and fucking hoodies. You know, I am down for the fall weather, but I usually get typically I'm a little bit longer than this. Another week or two before I put this shit on.
I've been rocking it for a month now.
I know, fucking. Well, north of the wall's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it does change quick up here.
You got to watch out for the fucking walkers up in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
So I was kind of talking to you about this yesterday, Fluff. That Hawaiian snow of mine, it appears to have completely fucking stalled out. Like for about 2 weeks now. Like, and this is for anyone that hasn't heard me say this a million times over before. This is typically a 12-week strain, is what it'll tell you on the pack of seeds. And we found it is actually better, closer to 14 weeks. Now, this is a different seed, so different pheno potentially, but the looks and smells and everything else about it seems to be really close to the other one we had. But it seems like you get those little popcorn nugs spaced out, and instead of filling into a giant donkey dick like we're getting, they're just kind of hovering and staying there now. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. I've had shit like this happen before, and I'm wondering, did I fuck this up somehow? That's actually my first guess right there, is that I've just either, you know how I do. I fuck shit up. Or is it the pheno? Not particularly, Kingfisher. It's pretty steady, about 23 to 25 degrees Celsius in the daytime, and then drops to about 16 to 15 at night. There's been a couple times I've been seeing the temperature get down to 14, which means I got to start taking the fucking ducting out of the window because it's getting a little bit colder than I would like in there at that point. But yeah, hasn't been crazy temperature swings. I did possibly over defoliate, maybe sent it into a bit of a shock. Yeah, it's interesting. So we'll see. And doing that one in an organic style. And as I've said before, I often struggle to pull harvest weights out of organic gardening. So I've got other cuts that I'm going to do in the bottle feeding system and just see how they do. But it's weird.
Yeah, we had talked about it, and you were talking about, just pulling it or doing it, or is there any real way to save it? From this point forward, I really think, like I said, you were saying, am I going to let it go or chop it? When it came to me, I was on the end of just chop it. Right? It's not really going to get much fucking better. Once that thing stalled out like that, it's not going to catch up. It's not really going to fucking bulk again. You missed that phase. You really can't get that part back. So, you can get a little bit more out of it, by letting it go, but is it really going to be worth the little bit for the extra time and effort? And
well, for trichome development, yeah.
Right.
For what I do have there, like I'm with you. Like I'm not going to get much more weight, if any at all, from what is already there. But the trichome development, so I think it's tomorrow. It hits week 8 into bloom, so that's the end of week 8. The other plant I have in there is probably got about 3 weeks left to go. Different pheno, different strain, different complete everything, different growth style. I figure it's got 2 to 3 weeks left to go. So I figure I'll probably just cut them both at the same time. It's do what we can for that Hawaiian snow. And then also in about a week, I should be able to about ready to flip the next one over. And let's just see what we can do with the bottles. Hopefully it does it right.
Yeah, well, and that's it. Recover as much as you can, and then just get your harvest on it. Pushing it from this point isn't going to get you anywhere. That
pretty much just gets water.
Yeah, right. Just keep it as minimally happy as possible at this point. And
Yeah.
And make her to a good harvest window. What's up, G-Bay?
I just want to say good morning to chat. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Usually I intertwine with you a little bit. I'm a little too sticky today. I will not be typing anything. So good morning to all my friends, everyone in there. Love y'all. Let's smoke one.
Well, fucking with that. I mean, okay.
So yeah, trying to stay in the trim thing.
Yeah. All right. So in 4 minutes, for everybody out there, in 4 minutes, we're going to be doing that there giveaway. And with this giveaway, it is going to be the Skunk Hero by St. OG Cookies. We've got the Van Gogh sunflower seeds, and we're going to have a 10-pack of my Bambalam to go along with that to whoever wins this one. So, cheers to that.
Let's try to roll up a doobie.
Good morning,
Yep.
Flower Girl. Dr. Leave Alone, Weed Nerd, Mike, Galaxy, Otter, Rosamond, David.
Yeah, I don't think we went through this shit at all. What's everybody smoking this morning? Let's do this before we get to this giveaway. Hi.
Base.
What is it?
Table weed.
Table weed.
Just fucking weed.
Something from your outdoor,
It's
huh?
everywhere. Yeah. Anything
Interesting.
that comes in front of me like gets consumed. I'm like Pac-Man.
I'm smoking on some of the Grapple Fritter lobster's cut, grown by me, outdoor last season. Old one that still got around. Still fucking tastes as good as it did the day I pulled it, man. Good fucking shit. Lobster did got a great eye, man. Fucking Adam just killed it. That cross we all knew was fucking awesome. So
Curry Club makes a good team.
yeah, man. You know, some of the best weed I've ever had has come in through in on and around this community. So
We were bigging up Dan yesterday. Everywhere we went, people were growing or smoking something from Thunder Dan. So big up,
Yep.
Dan. Is that what I got? That Hawaiian Black Widow cross behind me. A couple other things in here. Yeah, we're all on it. Thunderdome pumps it out.
So type in boof. Actually, I forgot to do this one. Type in boof if you want them seeds. Did the whole thing earlier. So boof is the word for this here giveaway. Yeah, man. You know, it's fucking great getting these seeds out to everybody, watching it grow, seeing good community results. You know, with people growing it, having great luck with it, and you know, at this point, now that I've seen and have had a lot of people with mine, you know, they're showing me pictures, have had growth, and pretty much a lot of people are hitting that with, you know, in the stage of like curing and getting ready to smoke, or you know, or starting to. So getting some good smoke reports in, and that's the biggest thing to me, man. As long as that stuff is good medicine for people, and it's giving them what they want, man. I nailed everything I need with it. You know, I know it works for me, and I'm glad it's working for other people. So
I bet you, you know, there's going to be a couple make it through the selection process, because I can tell you that it's so neat as a grower to see two different phenos develop side by side.
yeah,
They come up out of the ground and they look the same for a minute or two, and then they take their different paths, right?
oh, the pheno hunt is what it's all about, man. Fucking love that shit.
Like I didn't notice till later in flower when some of the buds started to transition, and this one didn't. This one just stayed green in the same style all the way through and just kept growing and growing and growing. Where the others got dark and purple, started to turn in on themselves. You know, the buds sort of stop growing as one, and you start to see the individual little pieces of bud to make one big bud up.
75 of y'all in chat, and only 37 want some fucking killer seeds. All right.
I think I
Sorry.
could have grown this another 3 weeks probably.
Another 3, yeah.
Rot was going to come in and say no to that, so
Congrats,
Archie
Archie.
Bingham. All right.
Archie. Yeah, brother.
Let me get those packs separated out so I don't forget who's going where.
Kenny, what's up?
All right. Reach out to Mr.
Yeah.
Fluff in the DMs there.
So yeah, to Archie Hoobie, you know how to get a hold of me, buddy. Send me that info so I can get you a good fucking pack sent out. To Archie, Discord, Instagram. You can find me on the Discord. Instagram is at Fluff Gardens, just like there on the little thing under my screen. So we'll get those out to you. Just hit me up with a address.
Hell yeah.
Get me the deets.
Oh. Damn it. There's that.
I wonder if there's any type of feeding regimen that ties into the stringiness of weed. Too much silica or something.
Well, yeah, I mean that's definitely a strain dependent thing, man. You're dealing with a more hemp plant. Hemp wants to be, that side of the genetics, just more hemp. It's more fibrous. That's just part of the plant genetics. So I don't find it to be a bad thing when it's on the proper plant.
No.
Yeah,
It's just a trimming thing. It's not. I've never found it to be a hindrance at all to quality.
It's just an annoyance as your trimmer for sure.
But if you're machine trimming and sit trimming, it's no big deal. Getting there though, man. I'm halfway through a row. Oh, yeah. This number 2 is a lot less leaf. Leaf to calyx ratio.
Yeah. That's what I like.
Yeah, those Hawaiians, they got that sativa in them. They're fucking leafy butts. But
Yeah.
I can't wait for it because I've been growing, and smoking a totally different style of flower for a long time. I haven't had this type of flower in a while. No one really grows it or buys it, right? It's never really on the market too much. Everything's that fucking tight dug, which is still good, but it's gonna be nice to have something different. I love harvest when I got new strains I haven't smoked yet.
It is a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, it's like Christmas is coming. I can see it. Gotta wait for it to dry.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, Big Word. I'm assuming it's got something to do with Grape Ape or possibly Planet of the Grapes, but doesn't taste like either of them, really. It's just another typical myrcene dominant strain. Nothing to write home about. But it is a cool name.
Yeah, I almost made Halloween. That's kind of the goal for me around here is to hit Halloween. Harvest on or after. Whoa. On or after Halloween. What do we have?
Dad
27?
sent me a message yesterday saying that he's got some of Thunder Dan's weed trimmed up out space. Oh shit, you already know. Hold on, sorry, I just saw Adam fucking talk about what the strain is that I'm smoking on right now. Falcon 9 to Grease Monkey. Fuck, I wasn't even close. I just figured for sure it would have had something to do with fucking Planet of the Grapes or Grape Monkey or Grape Ape. Well, Grease Monkey, yeah.
Man, like G-Bay was saying, outdoors and stuff, I like to try to hit the same. But I like to go into, the first week into November, possibly the second. If I can get into November, I'm really happy with my outdoor. Usually it's
where you find that super good rank fucking shit. It's hard to get there where I live, man. You always rot out on it. So you can bring some there, but then you're dealing with mold. fuck.
Well, that's it. It's finding the right one that's going to make it through that shit, because it definitely is a, you know, that's when you find out whether you have an outdoor strain or a fucking indoor strain real quick, is, you know, right there near fucking the last week of October to the first couple weeks of November. Because soon as those cold, at least, you know, like say Midwest nights, right? We're getting cold and wet every morning. You know, it's dew, it's fucking cold. Everything's wet, everything's cold. And if you have the slightest damage in your plant, you now are fucking growing rot.
Yeah.
You know, botrytis is fucking just rolling in at this point, you know, if you have anything. So knowing that you have a
cold and wet for like 5 days straight.
Yeah.
I was like, plus I'm in the window of harvest anyway. I have to with my parents moving and shit. So, well, here we go. Snippity, snip, snip, snip. I pushed him as far as I
snip,
could.
man.
Did pretty good.
Later, Ubi.
Peace, Hoops.
Hey, congrats, Hoobs. I'll get those out to you, buddy. Hit me up with your address. So, but man, and that it really is where I find that I like that outdoor medicine, even those because you know I've always said, you know, those kind of super sativa high lemon strains, they hit me a little rough in the chest sometimes. Not typically my favorite, but those typically do great outdoors. And I find, you know, if you can get them late in the season, they you know, they don't quite hit me as hard there in the chest like that. They're a little more, you know, body medicinal. I don't know, it smooths it out for me to take those a lot longer outdoors, and that's when I really enjoy, you know, that type of outdoor. Is that one. So, you know, that long running high citrus, you know, sativa kind of citrusy outdoor, you know, run as long as fucking possible, and get some snow on that bitch if you know if you can.
It might happen here because like I'm running out of time and shit, right? So there might be branches out there still harvestable with once the snow flies, you know. Not going to be intentional really, but like. But that always makes for a good insta photo opportunity, right?
Was it snowy buds?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Those are the best looking ones. I love coming around that time of year when people start posting snowy bud pictures and the frosty buds, and at least, you know, when I'm at my right mind enough to see what the hell's going on. But no, this time of year is so great. You know, and I really hope, you know, as just kind of generally they can get their heads out of their ass. Nice.
Just hash all over my fucking button on my coffee cup. I gotta press it to make it get a drink. So,
Flower Girl, when I begin outside is usually when right after last frost, I'll start. If I'm looking to grow a full season, that's it. You know, when I start my garden outdoors for my veggies and everything, the plants go out there too. If I'm looking to kind of keep them smaller and things, I will actually pop a seed somewhere near like the middle of June. I'll just pop the seed outside, and no, more like the middle of July. And, you know, I can really kind of keep a manageable fucking plant that way. That's not getting fucking crazy. But and just grows healthy as shit out there. You know, I love to be able to just pop the seed outdoors and let that seedling just thrive, you know, 100% outdoors. But yeah, it really depends on what I'm trying to get with the outdoor as to when I'm starting, you know, the season. If I'm looking to grow, like I said, full season, it's going in when the garden goes in. As soon as I know frost ain't going to kill some shit, and I might even roll the dice on that one. If I think, you know, if we're getting real nice weather and the last frost date is still like 2 months out, but for some reason we're getting that weird unseasonable weather that we all go, fucking, it's an early spring. I'll pop that shit out there. If it survives that cold period, I usually have a tendency to not see it kind of do that early flower and re-veg thing from popping it way too early in the season. That cold kind of stunts that part for me. And I always end up seeing them come out pretty nice. But I don't do that too often. So like I said, they just get put in with all the fucking tomatoes and peppers and all that good stuff.
Was
Yes,
throwing
they
plants
are.
outside in April and May out at my parents' place. And it's fucking it's literally central British Columbia up here in Canada. And I think there might actually be something to what you're saying about the cold stunting the re-veg, because none of the ones that go out early seem to re-veg unless they've already been re-vegging. Which case, like I had those Durban Affies that I'd re-vegged and they were already in that transition, all confused and stuff when we threw them outside. And they managed to get through it and have some beautiful looking plants until I cut some clones off one, brought them back inside, and they re-vegged again.
I do want to try this and just see, actually for the end season, when I know it's too cold for my shit and I lay my end of season mulch, I want to put a fucking couple right there at the lower side of my mulch and just see how that part goes. Fucking nail that one, Caveman. I do want to try that really bad this year. And I think I'm gonna, because it's about that time for me to get everything mulched out in my garden. So, but yeah, man, those super literal full season from start to finish. They get that cold snap in the middle or in the middle, the very beginning of their life. They go through those super hot phases in the veg and things, and there's just something to those plants that you can't touch. I love the living soil indoor, but the outdoor is just let Mother Nature do her thing. But
I was always thinking if I could put a bunch of that bird netting, take my half acre, I do my garden and put some proper posting up and do a big drape of that bird netting and keep the area quite a bit cleaner. Leaf debris, bird droppings, feathers, have them be in there at all. Might help a little bit, may turn it in more of like a little protected covered area, but I don't know what the laws are like. Is there any? I wonder if it could be bylaw for that. Because you could trap birds in and shit.
No, not that. Oh fuck! Excuse me. Hold on. So people all the time, bug netting, bird nets, shit like that. I can go. Hell, my neighbor's got a big old bird net cage set around his garden to keep the squirrels and things out. There's no problems with those. I have thought when I try to grow some smaller plants of doing the bug netting just to see what kind of results I would get out of just doing it. Personally, obviously I'd love to just get a small hoop house, grow a couple in, and that'd be fucking awesome. But one of those bug nets, I've always been curious. I've only ever covered broccoli or cabbage once or twice to kind of keep some of because they get chewed up a ton, right? Nebraska's fucking bugs love that shit. So I did some bug netting on that to see how well it worked, and it really does work. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, whole row cover and then trying to get every stem, things like that. So it was an interesting amount of work. It saved a lot of those plants. They were super healthy and things. I didn't see near as much bug damage, but it is what it is. It's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, the whole other level of protection that you got to get through too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, but with that, man,
I don't have a reason that I need any protection. This year was really awesome. I don't have any. I had very minimal bug damage. There's nothing to be concerned of. There's nothing bad. That one storm, so I got to put those supports back up. But other than that, so I took them down because they were a little obtrusive in the backyard. They looked like shit. So, wife was like, "Hey, do you mind taking those down?" I did, and then I never put them back up. So it's my own fault that happened. But I'll maybe put a little more thought into the aesthetics of it this time, so it's not as industrial looking. Make it a little more pretty, but Fucking
You know what,
slow.
Fat Freddy? Thanks for getting up and hanging out with us. That's what it's about.
And on that note, it looks like it's about that time.
Yeah, man. You guys got any cool plans for the fucking rest of the weekend? Just chilling out on a Sunday?
Chilling out, going to work tomorrow, so not much to be doing. Imagine maybe I might get no, I'll get the clones cut next week. We'll see. Yeah, might even get to clean and shut the cloner down for the rest of the week. But that's kind of what we're dealing with there. Hopefully flipping a few more plants next week, and we'll see how all that works out for us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got substrate to make, I got fucking clones to take, and then hopefully I'm gonna go play with some wood today. So
Nice. Those mushrooms you did up the other day, those came out real good.
the mushroom / Newfie butt plug.
Hey man, what people do with them once they have them in their possession is none of my business.
None of my business. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, no, there was one in there. Like I was making those, and I'm probably gonna remake them for the needs of what they were, because of shapes were a little fucking weird. But that one that kind of came out with looked like the pencil line spalting in it. That thing was cool. When I was done with that thing, I said that one's mine. I said, I'm keeping that one. That one's fucking cool. So, but yeah, I like doing that shit. I'm gonna make a bunch more of that stuff because it's fun. But yeah. With that, I want to thank everybody. Like I said, Fat Freddy's Cat. You say thanks for us doing them, but thank you guys for coming out here, hanging out with us, talking shit in the chat, having a good time, and I wake up and just every day am super thankful for these Sunday shows to get to hang out, and it sets my Sunday off on a good mood every day. So
this is my favorite show of the week. Like get up, dude, I even almost slept in. Well, no, I totally slept 5:17 today. I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, there's a show soon. I'm like, yeah, putting the coffee on and shit like that, but my computer won't fucking fire up fast enough and shit like that, so I'm late. It was a good day.
Nice. Yeah, fucking getting it off that way. But hey, it is what it is. So
yeah, no, I had a good one. Everyone, if you haven't already, do us a favor, hit that like and subscribe buttons, and get the notifications every time we go live. If you haven't already, share us with a friend, spread the word, and I guess we will be back on Tuesdays. Which button do I got to hit? This button now. That one. That's
that one. That one. That's the button. That's the button.
Pinkies up, y'all. See you Tuesday. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Party in the Discord.